Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal and topped it off with a measly dessert. This is Mr. Hatta speaking. Previously, there was a rant on social networks. There was a rant on Twitter, a rant on a mogul, and a rant on social networks. Today's subject has been a big rant topic that has been seen by many YouTube channels out there. It has been something that must be ranted on yet again. It's not on Cartoon Network, but it's on Nickelodeon, or better known as Nick. There are slightly more rants on Cartoon Network, but Nickelodeon has many problems just as well. This is the Nickelodeon Rant 2015. There was a Nickelodeon rant back in 2013, but it's almost 2 years after that. Yeah, that's sad. It's 2015 and Nickelodeon is even worse than ever. Like Cartoon Network, it died or fell to its death somewhere in the mid 2000s. This year is at its worst so far. Gosh, it's never been that bad. Ultimately, the biggest problem with Nickelodeon is its piss poor, inexcusable scheduling. Yes, its scheduling is as bad as Cartoon Network's, even worse at times. What on earth happened here? What happened? Even 2012, 2013, 2014 weren't that bad. They don't even air anything at all now. Even on the weekends. All it is now is SpongeBob, SpongeBob, SpongeBob. Then lousy sitcom after sitcom after sitcom. That's all that airs. Gosh, the scheduling has never, ever been this bad before. Ever. In history. On the weekends for 6 or 7 hours, it's Nick Jr. Then only 6 or 7 hours of Nick itself. This is as bad as Cartoon Network, Disney, and even PBS Kids, even worse at times. Here's what an afternoon on a weekday is. SpongeBob for a few hours is how it starts off. Then the rest of the time is sitcoms, boring sitcoms that don't even deserve to air on any channel. Why on earth is iCarly still on? That show ended over 2 years ago. That's it. Get rid of it and air something else for once. Almost nobody cares about these sitcoms, so why are they even still airing? People these days. That is extremely disappointing. The Thundermans, Sam and Cat, Witch in every way, and Victorious need to die. They need to die in a hole. There is just absolutely no reason to even air these as of now. As for SpongeBob, that's the only cartoon that ever airs, along with the Fairly Odd Parents. What's up with that? Nickelodeon's officially dead from now on. They don't even air any cartoons now. That's what one meant by anything. They don't ever air cartoons other than SpongeBob. Fairly Odd Parents or Fairly Odd Poop airs once a day, and that's it. Even Sanjay and Craig, Rabbids Invasion, and Breadwinners are better than these lame sitcoms, and almost everyone despises these shows. But at least they have more entertainment value than those sitcoms. Nowadays, there's little or no variety on Nick, and it's been like that since around 2009. Even on the weekends, the schedule is blown off with SpongeBob and sitcoms almost all day long. Way to go, Nick. Just way to go. It's already 2015, and there's just no hope for Nick at all now. Nick's been giving a bunch of chances. People have been saying it's dead a few years ago. It's officially dead now. Not only does it have piss poor scheduling, its bumpers are just as bad as the ones from Cartoon Network. All of this is a bunch of burps. That's it. They didn't even put effort into bringing back their old logo. Look, it's okay to have a new logo, but for Pete's sakes, bring back the old one too. It could just be above the new one. Even Cartoon Network has its old logo in some of its bumpers. Wow, Nick keeps getting worse and worse from this point on. Way to start off 2015. Well, it's been 1 month since the beginning, but still. At this rate, Nickelodeon keeps going downhill. What's next? Are they going to just air sitcoms all day long? Oh no. They're copying Disney Channel, which was a bad move, a very bad move, an extremely bad move. It's like when Cartoon Network copied Nick by putting live action programs, which was a big no-no. If Nickelodeon doesn't shape up, it will never improve, even at the slightest. So far, there has been no sign of improvement over the years. It just kept going downhill and downhill. Overall, the only good thing left is SpongeBob, despite the fact that it has gone downhill for quite some time. It's been almost 10 years since that time too. For the past few years, every time there's a new show, it barely airs, and a few months later, it stops airing for good. Why does it air so much, but not anything else? Why does SpongeBob air so much? Example, when Robot Monster, well, that was a poorly made show. First came out, it aired once a day, then it stopped after 2 months. That's just an example. It seems like every show has been forgotten that's ever been aired on this network. The last problem with Nickelodeon is that it ends way too early. It ends at like 8 p.m., just like Cartoon Network. That's sad. Overall, Nickelodeon's even worse than ever. There's almost nothing to look forward to now on its channel. It's going to be just SpongeBob in the beginning, then sitcom, whatever order. iCarly, Sam and Cat, Which in Every Way. All those poorly made sitcoms. Oh, one last thing. The schedule changes are arbitrary. It's changed more than anything on TV. That's unacceptable. They just arbitrarily change the schedule whenever they feel like it. Like every month, its schedule just changes. Just like that. Without even warning people, it just changes. They can never agree to one schedule. No wonder why Nickelodeon's gone downhill. It's mainly because of its poor scheduling, not shows. The shows aren't too bad, the cartoons, but it's its scheduling that's just made it go downhill. Like they've lost it completely now. They blew it. This is the last straw. Nickelodeon did it to themselves. They didn't have to do this, but they didn't listen to people at all. That's all there's to say about Nickelodeon now. One will have to see how Nickelodeon goes throughout 2015. The prediction is that it's going to just die in 2016 even more. With that, that's all there's to say. See you in the next video. Good.